everybody. Welcome to our Mental and Emotional Wellness Summit for Sustainable Abundance and Success. Thank you, Wendy, for inviting us here.
Thank you so much.
And we are very privileged to be able to launch this summit at Geylang Serai Virtual CC. Thank you very much. So just to introduce myself, I'm the host for this whole summit. It's 4-week summit, and every week we have 3 speakers sharing about mental and emotional health. Now, why do we organize this summit? During this global crisis, most of us are highly stressed out in our finance, in our work, our business, our family, and relationships. That makes building mental resilience even more crucial. However, only a healthy body can support a healthy mind. That means working on one area alone is not enough. We need to invest into total holistic wellness. Total wellness is about optimal physical health, mental health, emotional health, and spiritual health. To achieve optimal health at all levels, we have to ensure health at cellular level, just like a healthy pot of soil. It is only when the cells are healthy that the organs can perform well to have healthy respiratory system, immune system, digestive system, nervous system, etc. This pandemic has created new norms for working from home and home-based studying. Having to juggle between housework, childcare, elderly care, and office work at home can be overwhelming and challenging for every family members in the house. So family members facing each other 24/7 at home might also create unnecessary stress, resulting in conflicts and disharmony. So I spearheaded this mental and emotional summit for sustainable abundance and success. I gathered a panel of 11 wellness experts to help address the different aspects of improving the mental and emotional health. Each speaker has his or her own expertise using different modalities and technologies, such as creating harmonious environmental health, hypnotherapy, deep breathing, sound therapy, healthy diet, etc. Throughout this month's long summit, look out for valuable tips to establish your healthy mechanism to cope with mental and emotional concerns. Mark down the dates and respective topics of your choice from our e-flyer, and do share the e-flyer with your loved ones. It is absolutely free. So, total wellness is about miracle energy of life, where our body battery must be optimum. It's about water. 70% of our body is water. It's about environment as well. So we have a series of speakers talking about different aspects of total and complete wellness. So now we would like to invite Daryl to come and share with us. Daryl brings 15 years of experience in designing and creating a wide range of people-related solutions. He has designed and co-created business and people management strategies working around employee career journeys. His design solutions include skills maps, evidence-based goal management, personalized skills profile, career progression pathway, training and assessment systems, and courseware. He also helped individuals to design and build their own personal branding while enhancing their own career progression. He's the co-founder and managing partner of Design Thinkers Academy and Singapore. He is responsible for the implementation and advocacy of design thinking training and consultancy services for Singapore and Malaysia. His advocacy of design thinking extends across government agencies, multinational companies, and small and medium enterprise in Singapore, Malaysia, Myanmar, Hong Kong, Bangladesh, Uganda, uh, Azerbaijan, and he represents the Design Thinkers Academy in strategizing and implementing design thinking initiative, training, and projects in Asia. Let's put our hands together to welcome Daryl. Daryl, please.
Thank you very much, Veronica. Thank you very much, Wendy, for inviting me here today. Well, one more thing she forgot to introduce me. I am also human, just like every one of you. Yeah, thank you very much. So, design thinking work has been an inspiration for me ever since some 5 years ago when I went over to Netherlands. And I realized that there was a calling for me. I realized that for all my life I have been in the education line. My parents brought me up really well. And I've done education, continuing education and training in Singapore since 2007, helping to develop national competency standards, training programs, and eventually joining the agency itself. Well, in 2007, I discovered design, no, sorry, 2017, I discovered design thinking in Netherlands. And it brought to me this whole ability to change one person from the inside. And I think that was where my journey began. Since then, I've been brought across to different countries, as what Veronica mentioned a while ago. But when COVID-19 hit us back probably about a year plus ago, it all came to a suspension. But I had hope. The interesting part was that I had a lot of hope that things are going to change. Things are not going to be same again. Our business was terribly affected because we spent a lot of time doing projects internationally, doing training programs in Singapore physically, as well as in other countries across Asia and across Europe. But all these had to come to a stop back when we came into that lockdown. What we did was we thought to ourselves and we spent a bit of time really putting design thinking to the test, asking ourselves, what should we do now? Is it time for us to really get into a solution? Should we start getting into e-learning programs? Should we start getting into online platforms to help us to create new businesses? The answer is no. Let's spend a bit of time preaching, doing what we preach, telling people about the double diamond, rediscovering people once again, rediscovering ourselves. And that's where we started to ask ourselves, what are we going to do now? And the answer was, let's discover people. This is the time where everyone starts to change. This is the time where through emotions start to show because everyone will be put to the test. None of us will be spared. So we set up a little online platform to have little conversations to discover what were the value propositions that we could give to people. Today, many of us have become friends. Many of us have also become business associates, business partners, and we have started to create new value propositions for the market. For those who need it a lot more, this time we are going to be different. And we believe that you too can be very different in these times. How long do I have left? Well, I need to see. 2 more minutes. But well, we're in the business of helping people to rediscover their personal value propositions. Ask yourself, who am I really today? What was I brought to this earth for? Who are the people that I want to really serve? And who do I want to create that value for? Do it one at a time. That is what we are doing. And I hope during this time, you would be able to really recreate yourself because everyone else probably is recreating themselves as well. Thank you very much. I wish you all the very best in this journey.
Okay, next slide. Now we have Wendy, Vanessa Yu. She's going to share with us COVID Relief Movement, Singapore Caring Angel Fund. Now, just an introduction about Wendy. She's the Executive Director of SG Empower by Adapt Empowerment Hub Limited, to the only recipient who won the pitch as an individual out of all others on the inaugural Venture for Good programs by Singapore Centre for Social Enterprise by Ministry of Social and Family Development, National Council of Social Services, and Social Enterprise Association and Tote Board. In the commercial space, the self-made millionaire started her journey of entrepreneurship since 22 with a track record of successful buyout, merger, and acquisition of several businesses before 30. She is a TUV SUD certified management consultant, MAS registered financial consultant, and nominated MIT Technology Review Innovators under 35 APEC. And the former media personality is also a veteran lecturer, dealt with AAE status under adult educators, professionalization, and also a national accreditation by Skills Future Ministry of Education, and one of the 21 appointed work-life trainer by Ministry of Manpower work-life trainer. Let's welcome Wendy.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Veronica. That indeed is actually a very, very good introduction. Thank you so much. And in fact, actually, a lot of people are asking about this item. Why are we doing this, and what is the other side of me having this kind of situation? So, in the commercial space, a lot of people know me in events and all that. So, how SG Empower actually started was a very, very special moment where back in 2011, for those who know me well, I was actually helming one of my business in events and entertainment industry. So that was the time that we were commissioned to actually go over to Siem Reap, which is at Cambodia, to run this project for a multinational corporation in terms of a retreat and also a conference where we hosted a few thousand guests around the world. So back then, one of the project and one of the program that we feature in Siem Reap was actually this circus group. It's a non-profit organization called Sphere. And for those who are familiar in the art scenes and all that, they have been in Singapore for numerous occasions. Okay, so some of the occasions are things like the Singapore Night Festival, and they were also on the flip side at the Esplanade and all that as well. So back then, when we were hosting them in Singapore, where they are performing here, circus and all that kind of thing, we are just actually like knowing each other as acquaintance and all that. But in 2011 was the time that I really, really got to know them in person, because that was the time that we were there hosting the whole month, week-long event and all that. And I even visited their trading and training hub itself, okay, where it's actually a circus school, and you can see that it's really like literally like a village. So when you actually have time, especially after the whole conference, the 3 days, 2 night conference and retreat and all that, I basically was staying back there as a part of like a holiday kind of thing. And at the same time, trying to know each of the kids and all that, and trying to get some kampong life, okay? Because in Singapore, it's so modern. Every single day, we are in a very, very modern world. So when I really speak to every single kid right at the circus school itself, right, I start to realize that most of them actually come from very special family. One of the girl told me that she ran away from home because her dad is abusive. Her dad sets her mom on fire, and she's worried that the dad will set her on fire. And I have two more girls, and these two girls are so pretty. They told me that they were former prostitute. I was shocked in my life because they were just in their age of like 9. Another girl is, I recall, is about 11 or 12. And she told me that she has slept with a few men even at her age. And it's just because that she's so lucky, she ran out from the heart itself and she managed to get someone to help her. And that person sent her to this school where she learned about circus, she got some informal education and stuff like that. So after that whole week, my heart became really, really hard as well. I just can't believe that there are such people in this world that's going through this kind of situation that we never expect in our life. Because a lot of the time in a big city and all that, we are being well educated and all that, we didn't even know this kind of things do happen. So what triggered me was I actually took out few $1,000s. I can't remember the full amount because it was quite some time back in 2011. I took a few $1,000s, but all the handicraft that they had, I brought it back to Singapore and I told myself that I have to do something for this group of people because I was in the arts industry as well, events industry as well. I understand that performing is actually something that is very difficult. We might be able to do well in front of screen and all that, but it takes a lot of time for us to practice and all that. So with that, what I did is I actually was fortunate. I managed to work with Miss Penny Low, which is actually the former MP for Punggol itself. And she owns this company, social enterprise and charity called Social Innovation Park. So we did a lot of projects back in 2011 in multiple places and all that. And one of the most significant and signature event that we have is actually this weekly bazaar, a charity bazaar that is at Vivo City, where I managed to sell majority of the handicraft of the kids, and 100% of all the proceeds goes back to Cambodia to help them build school, to help them with their normal, daily life and all that. And some of the kids are pretty poor thing because some of them actually even have HIV. They're HIV positive kids. So with that, that really pushed me going, and we even registered a name called Project Hard News Circus, which is actually one of my entertainment company back then. So we've been doing these every single week and stuff like that. So what really triggered me to come into SG Empower was back in 2015, where I actually have a failed engagement with my fiance, my ex-fiance itself. And that was the first time in my whole life that I went into a depression. Yes, first time in life, and was the darkest moment in my life that I actually didn't know what to do. I was just locking myself in a room, sitting down there, crying every single day, totally lost in life. Even though I'm still doing my training, my work, my business, and all that, but it's like soulless. There's no soul in you that keeps you going. You're just someone that is doing it motionlessly. And that was a time that I recall I almost killed myself as well. Yes, indeed. I almost killed myself, the darkest moment of my life. And I'm very thankful that I actually met a social worker and my mom as well, who was with me. And every single day they've been guiding me, coaching me, helping me to get out of this situation. So after idling for 6 months, literally idling, I actually decided to do something serious. And that's where I chanced upon Race and did the project. We won the pitch and we started and we impacted close to a few hundred lives in Singapore itself. Okay. And majority of the beneficiaries are people like ex-convict. Some of them are people who are stay-home mom, single parent and all that. And some of them are just handicapped people who stay at home and they can't do anything. And one of my relatives is actually handicapped as well. That's why I can fully understand what are they going through and how do they feel actually when they are like having themselves locked out in a room without going out. So we are very thankful because we have a lot of good partners like Singapore Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Institute of Business and all that. We have MOM as well, and we also have our corporate partners as well like AIA, NTUC, and we have people like Fragrance Empire Group, where they own all the fragrance hotels and all that, helping and also hiring our employees and all that, and our beneficiary. So right now, for last year, what I actually once again experienced is pretty much similar. Because after going through the 2 years of impacting lives and all that, it really makes me feel very different from running a traditional business. In business, everything is about dollar and cents. But in this beneficiary world and social enterprise, it's all about compassion, graciousness, and thankfulness, and what are the things that you can really contribute back to the world. So last year, what happened is I start to have this feeling of lostness again. So for those who are close with me and all that, I'm pretty sure that you are aware that I'm supposed to relocate to overseas, but it didn't happen. So it's almost like an instant same feeling that I'm going through once again, that I lost everything in life again. Everything's like back to zero again. The things I'm trying to build in the new country, everything just go wiped out, like back in 2015. So thankfully, I re-gotten back myself into SG Empower, and we run a lot of campaigns and stuff like that. And that really brings me move on and on and on. So thankfully, with some passive income and things like that and all that, that keeps me going as well. But at the same time, I realized one thing in our world is about giving back to the society. It's not about how rich you are, how poor you are, or whichever. It's about your willingness. Okay, how willing are you to actually give something about yourself to help the world? Because a lot of times we are all special. A lot of things that we have, other people might not have. And even though you are just maybe just a clerk, or even though you are someone who is just a housewife and all that, there's still quality in you that is different from the rest that you can contribute, that you can help, that you can actually share, because we need everyone to come into a community to give back to the community. So, in the last few words for today's item is, I would like to share that right now, in fact, since last year, we have impacted quite a fair bit of life, and all these are through our heart and our soul and all that. None of us are being paid, none of us are being salaried and all that. We are really doing all this out of our own good heart to really help back as much as we can. It can be in kind, it can be in cash and all that, but I will share that right now we are moving towards almost phase 3. And next week onwards, we are actually can be out again. So during this period of time where we are all in a lockdown period and in a time that we can't really travel and all that, I would like to welcome every single one. Come forward, visit our website, www.sgempower.com. Take a look at the 3 campaigns that are running this year. Because this year we are looking into things like COVID initiative, where we look at the post-COVID world, how we're going to help people to move back into their industry more and more. And secondly, we do have this thing called the Lion City Caring Initiative movement, where everyone is a Lion City angel, where we are here to spread love, to help the rest, irregardless how big, how small, how significant it is. Every single point and matter counts, okay? Because every contribution that you do, it actually will accumulate to something really big in nature as well. Okay, so with that, lastly as well, we do have this thing which is actually the physical and mental initiative as well. That's the reason why we are here. And thanks, Veronica, for putting her effort to build out this entire thing. Without her, I don't think that we can actually put this up in such a short period of time. And this whole series of 2 week summit is something that is very important for you to also start re-energizing your soul. Because when we are down, we are always lost. And how do you re-kickstart yourself is either you have a lot of self-discipline, you get yourself up by yourself, or you need a third party, an expert to help you to regain your confidence back into the world. Okay, so with that, I truly encourage everyone to share and like our Facebook page itself, or share this Zoom link to spread the love to more people and care for more people as well. And do join us for the initiative. With all of you, I believe 2021 will be a good world. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much for your sharing. And this summit is so appropriate to be able to reach out to more people. All right. And also, thank you for inviting us to this Geylang Serai virtual CC, that we are able to have this privilege to launch this summit at a very cozy place. And also, we can reach out on Facebook Live as well. So everything happened within a week, if you believe us. Everything
Yes,
happened
indeed,
within a
indeed.
week. Yeah.
I would say that this is actually really fated and all that, and really thank the organizer, Geylang Serai Virtual CC itself, for giving us this opportunity. And I'm pretty sure that everyone will benefit from this pro bono session. And good job to everyone. I would like to give ourselves a big clap.
Thank you so much, Wendy, for making things
Everyone
happen.
on our Zoom and all that. We have a few hundred people on Zoom right now,
Yes.
right? And also we have our Facebook page and all that. I'm pretty sure that we can get a lot of audience to join us. If you like our page and all that, do a thumbs up and continue to comment on our Zoom and Facebook page. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, and time back
Thank
to
you so much,
Veronica.
Daryl, and
Thank
thank
you
you
very
so
much,
much,
Veronica.
Wendy,
Thank
for
you.
making things happen within a week. All right. So now we are going to introduce our honorable guest speaker. Yes, the slides. So Dr. Patrick Liew. Dr. Patrick Liew is an award-winning entrepreneur, humanitarian, and philanthropist. He graduated with a doctorate degree in education from the University of Southern California, and his dissertation revolved around financial intelligence. Regarded as one of the most successful entrepreneurs and investors, he has helped to list more than 3 companies on 3 stock exchanges in 3 different countries. Dr. Patrick is actively involved in supporting humanitarian, philanthropic, and charity causes, and has won numerous awards for his good work. He has also won international business awards, including the Global Leader Award, the Asia Pacific Entrepreneurship Award, and the Entrepreneur of the Year Award, for social contribution. Now, we are going to warmly welcome Dr. Patrick Liew. Sound, please, the video.
All of you are focusing on a very important theme during these challenging times. I'm so grateful and thankful that you have invited me to be the guest speaker for the opening evening of the summit. I would like to start by sharing with you a real life story. On 1st of July 2013, my wife and I sold most of our shares in a publicly listed real estate company for an 8-figure sum of money. I walked out of the business world a totally free man. I had all the time in the world and all the life and all the resources to live a wonderful life. I was free to do whatever I wanted, accomplish whatever I wanted, and enjoy whatever I wanted. In my lifetime, I've achieved what many entrepreneurs have always dreamt about on their business and investment journey. I've helped to list not one, but 3 different companies in 3 different industries and on 3 different stock exchanges. They are the New York Stock Exchange, Australia Securities Exchange, and Singapore Exchange. Prior to listing my company, I had more than 10,000 personnel working out from our own commercial building. Our revenue was hitting 9 digits, and we were a leader in our industry. I handed the company over to a capable and resourceful leader, and then stepped down to pursue the best of life. On top of that, I was retained as an advisor of the company, and I was drawing a 5-figure monthly salary to do almost nothing. Many of my friends patted me on the back. They sent me many compliments and accolades, congratulated me, and some even look up to me as their dream model. Subsequently, I went on to fulfill many other dreams and tick many items off my bucket list. They include completing my doctoral studies, raising funds to help start at least another 6 charity centers, and supporting many other humanitarian and philanthropic initiatives. I travel all over the world, dining in the finest restaurants, and had fun in the best playgrounds. I should be happy, shouldn't I? The answer is a big fat no. One day, I woke up and I realized I have nothing to look forward to, nowhere to go, nothing to do. My world didn't just collapse. It just exploded quietly into thin air. Nights and days meant nothing to me. In a crowd or a party, I would feel alone and lonely. I felt like I was walking along a dark and endless road. It was getting darker and darker as I walked further and further down the road. My heart was getting heavier and heavier, and my spirit was being surrounded by darkness. And darkness was dragging me into a black hole ahead of me. The darkness was seeping through every pore of my being until I found myself almost choked by the darkness. That feeling was worse than seeing my body coming to a physical end. Fortunately, at that point, I realized I could not help myself. If I continue as it is, I would not come to a good end. I cannot be well if I'm mentally and emotionally unwell. If my internal world is not right, the external world will go wrong. Mental illness, including depression, is not a personality disorder or character defect. It is a health issue that can sometimes take over a rational decision-making process. And it can drive its victims through undue physical and emotional stresses and consequences. The voices within the victims are not their voices. Spiraling downwards emotionally is not their destiny. Mental illness can be overcome. I repeat again, mental illnesses and all kinds of challenges can be overcome. Therefore, don't take mental illness lightly or see it as a stigma. Seek professional assistance to guide you on your journey to wholesome living. There are many qualified counselors in the charity and private sectors. They can help you improve your emotional health and overall wellness. Thankfully, I did just that. I went to find my pastor and other friends for help and support. In addition, I seek professional assistance. I went to see a psychiatrist who prescribed medication to lift my spirit until I was better, but I needed more than just the prescription. He recommended me to be counseled by a couple. They got me involved in a series of both group and personal therapy. But somehow I felt I needed more directive counseling. Eventually, I sought another counselor who advised me to go back to work. I subsequently crafted a new personal mission to help others on their entrepreneurial and investment journey. I want to train, coach, mentor, and guide others to help them find meaning, excitement, and fulfillment in life. That, my friend, was the magical prescription that turned my life around. I was able to return back to normalcy just within a few months. And that's why I'm so grateful to the organizer of the Mental Wellness Summit. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share about bulletproof leadership, mental and emotional wellness for sustainable abundance and success. When you are well, you are on your way to achieving your goals and fulfilling your dreams in life. All of us want to achieve holiness wellness. Holiness wellness encompasses purposeful freedom, which includes financial freedom, sustainable success, positive impacts and legacy, and meaningful abundance. To achieve holistic wellness, you need to strengthen your body, mind, emotion, and spirit. There are ample research to suggest that the body, mind, and emotion are interconnected with one another. If you are unwell in one area, it will affect the other areas of your life. When your body, mind, and emotion are well, your spirit will be uplifted. One of the starting points with holistic wellness is happiness. Happiness is one of the drivers of why we think, what we say, and how we do many things. But where is happiness? How do you and I find happiness? Many people are happy if they have a reason to be happy. For example, they're happy if they are rich, or if they possess something like a nice house or a nice car, or because of the people around them, or because of the position they're in. For example, they have been promoted to become a manager, or because of the situation. For example, when they go on a wonderful holiday. Experience tells us that all these factors will only give us fleeting happiness. So how then can you be happy? The good news is this: happiness is already within you. It is a right and choice that our Creator has given to you. You do not need to go out there to find happiness. There's no need for a reason, a condition, a gift, or a situation to be happy. You can just choose to be happy, period. You can be as happy as you want. In fact, you should always choose to be happier. You can be happier with everything within you and around you. You can generate more happiness with anything in your life. So be happier. How then can you be happier? If you want to be happier and achieve overall wellness, start with your inner world. If your inner world is wrong, the external journey can never be right. The inner world comprises the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of your life. The inner world must be right before everything can be complete, balanced, and well. I'm not sure about your condition right now. The good news is that whatever your condition is in terms of your body, mind, emotion, and spirits, the fact is this: they can be changed, they can be transformed, and they can be improved. Your body, mind, emotion, and spirit are self-healing. In other words, they can resolve any issues that have happened to you in the past. They can be rebuilt to become healthier, stronger, and better for your brighter future. Let's start with your physical wellness. Remember, health is life. To be fully alive is to be fit, strong, and healthy. If you want to live well, first, you need to look after your personal hygiene and safety. Second, remember what you put into your mouth will influence your life because food can make or break your body. Third, exercise regularly, at least 3 times per week and for 1 hour each time. When you exercise your body will release different chemicals such as endorphins that will improve your mood and increase positive feelings. Fourth, drink clean water until your urine is pale yellow. Fifth, have fresh air around you and adequate sunshine, especially morning sunshine to refresh your body. Last but not least, make sure you take proper rest and recreation so that you can recharge your body to do more and do better. Take care of your body. It is the only vehicle to help you travel well on the journey of life. Let's now look into your mental well-being. Treat your brain like a computer. There's a computer jargon called GIGO, which stands for garbage in, garbage out. If you put garbage into your brain, you will get garbage out. If you put good stuff in, you will get good stuff out. The computer has many main parts. These main parts can be used to remind us of different ways to look after your mental well-being. First, force feed your 5 senses with everything that's positive. In other words, make sure that whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you feel, whatever you smell, and whatever you taste are positive. Keep learning more and better knowledge and expertise throughout your life. Spend time to think, reflect, and decide more effectively. Make it a habit to record your thoughts and experiences, especially all the wonderful blessings and experiences that can happen on a daily basis. Share positive information to inspire and encourage others. When you inspire and encourage others, you are also inspiring and encouraging yourself. Seek training, advice, coaching, guidance, and help from others, especially from those who are more successful than you. When you walk on the footpath of giants, you will reach greater heights. Spend time to pray. There are research that suggests that those who pray can enjoy positive well-being and health. Prevent anything negative from getting into your brain. To do so, you need to make sure that you are in a healthy environment where the inputs are positive, constructive, and uplifting. Always put on your best self until the best self becomes the real you. A long life journey, make it a point to teach others, show them the right path. One of the best ways to learn is to teach. The more you teach and show others the right way, the more you will improve and become a better human. Remember, your brain is like a beautiful garden. What you sow in your mind, you will reap in your life. If you plant lovely flowers, nutritious fruits and vegetables, and wonderful plants and trees, you will have a beautiful life. Let's now examine your emotional wellness. As many would say, the seat of the emotion is the heart. According to studies done by an organization called HeartMath, your heart has intelligence. Treat your heart well and tap on the wisdom of your heart. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." The pursuit of your heart will influence the results in your life. What have you been pursuing? Many pursue what I call the 7 P's: profits, position, power, possession, pleasure, prestige, and privilege. These 7 P's can only give you temporary happiness. How then can you be happiest? What then can help you to be happier? When you have a beautiful heart, you will also be a beautiful being. There's no beauty that's more enduring than the beauty of the heart. I would like to share with you a checklist of 20 actionable values that can help you to be happier and achieve overall wellness. Let me go through all these 20 values with you. 1, choose to be happier. 2nd, live simply. 3rd, be mindful or learn how to Be still to reflect on life and enjoy the wonders around you. 4th, count your blessing. 5, be grateful. 6, savor all the goodness of life. 7, smell the roses. 8, build up your self-esteem. 9, leverage your strength to become better and achieve more. 10, carry out what I call happiness generating activities. You know what these activities are, make it a point to implement them in your life. 11, stay positive. 12, be optimistic. 13, stop worrying. 14, develop healthy friendships. 15, beware of energy vampire. Energy vampires are people who will only communicate negativity and bring you down in life. 16, forgive your transgressors. If you don't forgive, the poison of unforgiveness can become a toxic and heavy emotional burden throughout your life. 17, smile and laugh regularly. 18, find every reason to celebrate life. 19, create beautiful memories. 20, keep a journal of wonderful experiences. As you write about wonderful experiences, you uplift yourself at that moment. When you read about them in the future, you will be uplifted again. And when you share these wonderful experiences with others, you will not only uplift them, you also uplift yourself at the same time. Please know that your hearts may be broken every now and then, but you can nurse it to even better health. Life can rebuild your heart with wisdom. You are a spiritual being on the journey of life. Therefore, the most fulfilling experiences are spiritual. In other words, throughout your life, seek to serve a higher calling and serve a worthier cause. To be a human is to bring out the best in fellow humans and look after the environment. Be humane, support humanitarian causes, and contribute to humanity. First, learn to love yourself. If you cannot love yourself, you cannot love others, and others cannot love you too. Second, love others. Paradoxically, the more you love others, the more love you will have, and the more you will love yourself. When you invest in other lives, you live the best life. Third, extend acts of kindness. As an active volunteer in different charity organizations, I've come to realize that those who extend acts of kindness to others tend to be happier people. A kind word, a pat on the back, a short note of appreciation, a small donations, a word of encouragement, a smile, a compliment, and an inspirational conversation. These are some of the many things you can do in the span of a day. Look around you right now. There's somebody around you who needs an act of kindness from you. Fourth, contribute to a good cause. Help the poor, the needy, and disadvantaged. Reach out to the last, the least, the lonely, and the lost. As you brighten up the world, you are also brightening up your life. Last but not least, live for a higher calling. Deep in your heart, you know you're created for a higher purpose. You're blessed to be a blessing to others. If our Creator has destined you to be let me repeat again. If our Creator has destined you to live a great life, how then should you live? How will you make an impact on lives and on the environment that will last a lifetime? Please take a screen grab or photograph of these useful contacts. If you need help or if you know somebody who needs help, please help them contact these organizations for assistance. There are many other organizations that can offer their help to you. You can go to a church, a mosque, a temple, a religious organization, or many other social services organization, or even drop by to a community center or grassroots organization. I'm sure there are many volunteers who will be more than willing to help you or show you the way we can find support and assistance. please go to my Facebook page under Dr. Patrick Liew or use the QR code to access my Facebook page. I post an inspiration message for you almost on a daily basis. I use my Facebook to motivate and encourage my friends. And as I mentioned just now, the more I motivate and encourage others, I'm also motivating and encouraging myself. And together, we can uplift each other and live the best of life. I've also written 3 manuals to help you become rich and wealthy, become a great leader, and achieve sustainable success. I would like to give you these 3 manuals free of charge. Please go to the link to download the manuals or use the QR code to download the manuals. In conclusion, I would like to encourage you to make your life like a masterpiece that will exemplify the best of life and one that will inspire others to greatness. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And that is the sharing by our guest speaker, Dr. Patrick Liew. Now we are very happy to be able to introduce our panel speakers. Today is our launch day, so every speaker will have 5 minutes to share about what they are going to speak from Monday onward. Next Monday, followed by Wednesday and Saturday. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, right? Yeah. So we are going to start with myself. I'll be sharing on Monday, 2 Mondays, which is on the 14th of June and 21st of June. On the 14th of June, I'll be sharing about miracle energy of life. And on the 21st of June, I'll be sharing about miracle water of life. So this miracle energy of life is the world's first state-of-the-art 7-in-1 wave modulation technology that regulates, regenerates, recharges, and harmonizes your bioenergy field and 5 elements at cellular level. So it has 7 technology there. It has an intelligent self-regulation, functional system balance, the pulse electromagnetic therapy, far infrared therapy, dermobation, and also negative potential, negative ions, and system regulation. And another Monday, I'm sharing about the world's first structured water with hydrocrystal from 8-in-1 water filtration system. Live well with premium grade pure water as nature intended, and much more. So it's made in Korea. It's product of Singapore. So the 8-in-1 water filtration system is purified water, mineralized water, antioxidant water, alkaline water, hydrogen water, energized, harmonized, and structured water. So look out for 2 Mondays, and I'll be sharing with you. Now, we are going to introduce Dr. Michael Tan. Dr. Michael Tan is the founder of Life Research Wellness Private Limited. He's a researcher in environmental wellness and environmental space harmonizing. So his topic is on geopathic stress. Are you living in a toxic home? Scientific way to audit and harmonize your home or workplace for optimal health, wealth, and relationship. Let's welcome Dr. Michael Tan.
Hi, welcome to this short 5-minute sharing of environmental wellness. Now, as the first speaker earlier, Dr. Patrick have shared about many components of health and wellness, and we realized that if we were to simply break the human body into 3 sectors, the intelligence, which is the control, the function, which is the system, and of course the power that keep everything functioning. So like a car, a computer, you need to perform, or a human being, we need to travel our own journey. And like a car, what if suddenly you run out of petrol? Like a mobile phone, what if your battery run down to 1% and we do not have any form of gauge, and then suddenly we have a sickness. Suddenly we have a power failure. Now, on the other hand, if we look at our intelligence system, now until 1840, 1843, electricity was not discovered. But in 1844, electricity was discovered. And at the same time, Chicago sent the first Morse code to New York. But the Eastern is still living in mysticism, right? So today we are already in the 21st century, in the intelligent age, and we are living it through technology like what we are doing now, right? Of course, without Wi-Fi, without wireless technology, this broadcast would not be possible. However, for us to perform optimally, for the system function to perform, for the intelligence to manage the biological function and of course your own personal journey, the only missing element, it is your power, or sometimes we call it the petrol, right? So where do you get this power from? Which is the environment, the air you breathe, the light we are being exposed to daily, the circadian rhythm, the daylight, the nightlight, the water you drink, yeah, where it comes from nature, whereas today we are drinking a lot of man-made clean and hygiene water, right? Then of course, the EMF that we are exposed to 24/7, and of course, eventually something that throughout history, it has always been there, known as geomagnetic field, which give birth to life, or sometimes known as Schumann law, 1953, 7.83 hertz. Now, in order to enable the function to operate optimally and for the mental to keep upgrading the software in order for us to experience the journey, you need power, right? So where do we get the power? We get the power beside all the other elements of nature. It is from geomagnetic field, which for 200 years, the Germans have discovered that this is a missing element. And once we are staying 90% indoor, especially in view of the challenges we are facing, and we do not know that our home may be highly erratic in terms of emotional stress, in terms of electrical toxicity, air toxicity, light toxicity, we are in trouble facing the challenge of the environment, right? And of course, every night we need to sleep to recharge our body in order to enable our biological body to function effectively. At the same time, for our brain, our mind to upgrade the software through the experience. So imagine if you are staying at home and you start to feel stressed up, sleep difficulty, ache and pain, lack of focus, and you have tried everything and you still do not find an answer, although many intervention may give you 1 to 3 months of improvement, then you go back to adaptation. So the last part is you want to do a house audit starting from the air, light, but most important, beside air, light, water, also your EMF, and the most important is your geomagnetic radiation that give birth to your biological function and your self potential. So the next workshop will be going deep into this particular subject, but in the meanwhile, courtesy of Energia and the Mental Wellness Summit, we are offering to everyone who tune into this session an audit of your home, which is usually costing about 268 at a special previous price supported by Energia at 68. So we would love to invite everyone to submit all your home to give you an idea what kind of home toxicity in terms of EMF and geomagnetic, especially geomagnetic, where are the grid, where are the erratic field, what are the amplitude of the erratic field, and how it will actually affect us. In our last sleep challenge, we have about 200 homes who send in all their plan, and we have discovered that today Singaporean are experiencing, or current civilization are experiencing 70% all living in a very stressed home. And once we start to tune up and regulate this field, many of them start to see improvement continuously. Although it is not a medical intervention which will solve a problem, it is a form of wave modulation, which eventually you will learn to adjust to see clarity, focus, better sleep, and of course, better efficiency.
Time.
Yes.
So thank you, Dr. Michael Tan. And now we go back to the slides. This is the floor plan that Dr. Michael Tan is talking about. If you can send your floor plan in the chat group, we'll be able to audit for you at a nominal fee of $68. Normally, Dr. Michael Tan will charge $268. This time round, because of the submit, we are able to audit your house for geopathic stress for a nominal fee of $68. All right. Now we are going to invite the next speaker, Elaine Cole. Elaine Cole is a stress management and wellness strategist, Asia's premier light key and light medicine healer. And she's going to share about learn simple light key tools to feel better instantly. So shall we welcome Elaine?
Before we start, I have a confession to make. But first, I would like every one of you to make a little confession to me. So, since the past year, when circuit breaker, when since the last year when circuit breaker started, how many of you have experienced even like teeny weeny bit of stress? Or some friends have also said that a moderate stress. And I think for working moms, it's even more intense with the work from home arrangement at the moment, having to juggle the kids, the work, the husband who doesn't really help out at home, and yeah, so there's a lot of stress. So I for one also experienced the stress. Okay, but this is not my confession. Okay, my confession is this. So I'm a well-being coach and an energy healer, and my purpose is really to help people to feel better and happier. And I have been helping a lot of clients overseas. And the confession that I would like to make is I haven't been really helping Singaporeans. Okay, because many people find that the work that I do is a little bit woo woo. So if you like to come for my session next Saturday, I'll invite you to come with an open mind to really experience this healing technique that I'll be introducing to you. So I introduced the healing technique to one of my Singaporean friends just last week. She was experiencing very high stress level because there was a project running, and she had to cope with a lot of stresses at home. So within working with her for just a couple of minutes, her stress level from a high of 10, it dropped to 2. So I'll be teaching this tool as well as many other light key healing tools on Saturday. So do come for the session if this is something that you like to explore, because I really feel that all of us should spend some time to take care of ourselves because we matter. And the techniques that I teach are really simple, and it achieves results very, very fast. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Elaine. Now we are going to introduce our next speaker, Will Colin. Will Colin is a founder of Soul Oasis, and he's a certified sound therapist and a Reiki master. His topic is on sounds for living, the influence of sound on our mental, emotional, and physical state. Let's welcome Will.
Thank you, Veronica, for the introduction. Thank you for inviting me to join this summit. Sounds for living is something that I think a lot of people are not familiar with in terms of what sound can do to us on a mental, emotional, physical level, and spiritual level as well. How it affects us on different ways, and calming us down, easing us, and creating a different state for us as a human being. Especially in this time what we're living now with COVID, working from home, a lot of stress was mentioned before by the other speakers as well. A lot of stress is happening at home, to work situations, to everything that we are experiencing right now. And especially living in a city environment, and that could be any city environment outside of Singapore as well, we're lacking the connection of nature. And we are creatures of nature. We are nature as human beings. So that natural connection needs to be reinstated through our relationship through sound. And it can be very easily done. And in my talk on the 23rd of June, I will be sharing aspects of the challenges that we are facing in living in a city, what it can do to our system, how it affects our physical body through illnesses and discomforts, and how we can quiet our mind by the use of sound and connecting to rhythm, periodic rhythms, as we call that are part of nature, and non-periodic rhythms that are part of mechanical environments like traffic and construction that we're exposed to a lot here in the city. So this is something that we need to become aware of to treat ourselves better and basically use sound the same way as we're using healthy food as an intake for wellness, for living better, creating a better balanced life. And so I will be also giving tips on how to improve your sound environment at home, together with your family members, inside and outside, also when you're going out to the street where there might be a lot of noise. We can all manage that input that might trigger stress and discomfort. In my sessions that I run on a regular basis for groups and individuals, I'm using typical instruments like singing bowls and gongs and drums, other things that are connecting to calming the mind. And this is something that you can do at home as well. So I'll be sharing some of that besides the more scientific background and my experience working with people, helping people to manage their lives better, balancing their lives well-being, but also their professional careers, even that goes into that territory. So there's all walks of life, people from all walks of life who come for these sessions for personal reasons that can be anything related to a personal situation, relationships, or work situation, or traumatic experiences from the past. So do join for this talk on the 23rd of June at 7 o'clock it starts, I believe, right? I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Will. Yeah, in fact, I enjoyed one session with you on a healing festival. Now we are going to introduce our next speaker, George Lee. Stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. Okay, George Lee, he's an organizational development specialist, training and learning specialist, resilient leader coach, emotion coach as well. He's going to share about using hypnosis to create and accomplish in life. Let's welcome George.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Well, thank you for spending the next few minutes hearing me share a little bit about what hypnosis is and also sharing a little bit about myself. Predominantly, I am a trainer, NLP trainer, hypnosis trainer. So I do train hypnotherapy practitioner to utilize a skill set in helping themselves, their family members, and also their clients to improve this thing, what we call an unconscious mind. Now, some of us may know it as the subconscious mind or the unconscious mind. We are very much talking about the same thing. What exactly is this unconscious mind I'm talking about, and how does it help us kind of like bring us the emotion that we're feeling, and how do you actually then make your unconscious mind your best accomplice, your best buddy, and your best friend in helping you get the result that you want. Now, if you were to look at all the emotions that you've been feeling, be it controlled or uncontrolled, at a certain juncture of your life, you feel the right or the wrong feeling, that kind of like lead you to get the result that you're getting. So if you're feeling the wrong emotion, that's what you have it. You have the wrong result. So with my session that I'm going to talk about on the 7th of July, it's a short little 1 hour session. I'm going to help everybody understand how this unconscious mind actually interfere or help us in our normal day-to-day activity, even even the time where we go to sleep. How do you actually let your unconscious mind help you sleep well so that you do get the best amount of rest that you need? So do tune in on the 7th of July, where I'll be touching in deeper into how our unconscious mind works, so that you get the real life that you're entitled to. So back to you, Veron.
Thank you, George. Yeah, George, in fact, is with the army for many, many years. Huh? So the next speaker is on Zoom. His name is Adrian Lim. He's the founder and consultant psychologist of Family Counseling Psychologist. He's a registered psychologist and a registered social worker and supervisor. He's also a registered counselor, adjunct lecturer at 6 universities and polytechnics. His topic he's going to share about strategies for psychological and emotional wellness using BPSS. Let's welcome Adrian.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this session. I'm going to talk about the strategies for psychological and emotional wellness using the biopsychosocial spiritual model, right? Which is being used all over Singapore in the 48 family service centers since 2015. And this has been a very useful perspective using the biological, which all the medical stuff that you've been hearing about, all this bio stuff, but also the psychological aspect, which is less known to many of us. As a psychologist, I can share about the neural development and how it affects us. And very important is the social aspect of our own development, how our relationships are working. And in Singapore, under the spiritual, we are talking about our multi-religious society in Singapore and how we can tap on the spiritual element in our faith, in our practice of our religion, whatever religion do you have, right? And some of the other speakers will be talking about the spirituality, but I'm talking about how are we able to tap on, I will call it the superpower, right? That all of us need to have, right? And how all these can come up to assessment before we can come up with practical strategies. In my 29 years of experience, I found that many of the people that I've worked with have gone to many helping professionals who may not given them a comprehensive assessment, and therefore they don't really understand what they are going through, and therefore what they can do and why are they asked to do certain things, right? So I always use with my clients, educating them and bringing them as my co-therapists in helping themselves work through those issues, right? So I have worked with over 3,200 clients from over 1,300 families in Singapore and trained over 61,000 parents. Why? Because I want to help parents do a better job than our own parents did to ourselves, right? None of us are born here with a manual, right? But we need to learn how to be a better parent as a father, as a mother, right? I also trained over 30,000 students, over 9,000 teachers from over 2/3 of the schools, primary and secondary in Singapore, right? And over 1,000 corporate staff. And I've been with television, being interviewed on Channel News Asia, Singapore Tonight, on all the topics from suicide to special needs to psychological development of children and aspects of stress, even twice last year on TV on COVID, how we are coping in our homes. What are the strategies? I will be sharing with you about what is faith, and faith has nothing to do with religion and all that. I will be talking about fluid, right? And I'm bringing hope. These are the 3 acronyms I'm going to share with you as forms of strategies that we can use and better understanding ourselves. And as we improve ourselves, we improve the lives of people around us, beginning with our family, our community, our workplaces, right? So thank you, and looking forward on the 26th of June to talk about these strategies for psychological and emotional wellness using the BPSS. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. And the next speaker, she's already waiting in the Zoom room. Her name is Teresa Siu. She's a TV host, international wellness speaker, a mental health educator, lifestyle nutritionist, and she's also a lecturer. So she's going to share, her topic is Be Happy, Be well. Let's welcome Teresa Siu.
Thank you, Veronica. It's good to see you after all these years, but unfortunately, we have to see each other online. It's great. We started our work together like about 7 years ago, right? It's
That's
it's, it's
right.
fantastic, and we
You
both been.
cook for 100 people.
Oh, I still remember that so vividly. Every time I think about cooking for a big party, that's your party, you know? But hey, we've been growing a lot since we first met and first worked together. So I'm so glad to see that you're doing this. And all the speakers, I think we have a common theme, which is self care. I think we're all looking at self care. We're all looking at how do we better ourselves and better the people around us. So together we could better the world. And I think that's always been my theme is really how do I share with people through a lifestyle approach on a daily basis on everything that we do. Doesn't matter if it's the way we breathe, doesn't matter if it's the way we eat, the way we sleep, which you emphasize on. Um, and the way we take care of our mind, the way we take care of our body, and everything all together, I think, how do we, use this lifestyle approach to better ourselves and be ready, to take care of things that, really surprise us in life. And I think I was thinking when I was getting ready, life is really full of surprises and crises, right? We've had COVID, and before that, like in Hong Kong, we had social unrest, and everybody's been under a lot of stress. And even for myself, the last couple of years, which Veronica may not know, I've been through a lot of, transformation and a lot of stress, but I use a lot of all the, lifestyle approaches that I have, all the tools. And, I'm a firm believer of really health is not a luxury. It is really a birthright, and it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. Yes, some things will cost, we will have to invest, we will have to put in our energy and our time. And, we're going to eat good food, healthy food. We will certainly have to invest, but it doesn't have to cost an arm, an arm and a leg, and I'm having trouble pronouncing. But the idea is my talk will be about how do we use these accessible and feasible tools on a daily basis, but it has to be a commitment. It has to be a daily commitment. We have to set an intention where we're headed. Okay, we have to use these accessible and feasible tools to ground ourselves so that we are more fully prepared for the surprises and the crises that are so unexpected in life. Like, for example, the global pandemic, and I've been speaking around the world over the last so many years. I speak on cruise ships, I speak to corporates, I speak to schools, international schools. I mean, I even work with little kids, tweens and children. And my youngest one is like 1.5 years old, like somebody who joined a grandparent on the ship and on the talks that we speak on. My talks vary between, again, I talk about food nutrition. That's why I call myself a lifestyle nutritionist, because it is really about all the things that we do on a daily basis in life. So I will be teaching you all the holistic tools, because I'm a firm believer of holistic, natural, and holistic, a whole person, anything from head to toe, inside out. I will be using those tools and sharing those with you on how to be well. And really, when we are well, you know what? It really adds more to the equation that we could be happy. Happiness is really an inside job. And I've learned that over and over again is that we cannot rely on something outside of us to make us happy. So we must have these tools. And you know what? The good news is that there's so much wisdom out there. There's so many tools out there. And I've already heard all my colleagues speaking. They all have different tools to share with us throughout this summit. And I will be sharing with you my toolbox. Well, some of it, not all of it, because you could only do so much in 90 minutes, and there's going to be Q&A and all of that. But again, I think, as a speaker and as a coach and consultant, my job has always been about to inspire my clients to get started. And if you want to go to the next step, then we go to other experts, right? Or I take you to the next step through coaching and, more private consultations and all of that. But the idea is really get started somewhere. And, it's easy. And I've learned through all the sessions that I've taught, like even yesterday, I had a session with the Hong Kong Baptist University. It's about food and mental health. And that was Wow, that must have triggered a lot of food for thought, literally a lot of food for thought. And I hope to do that with you no matter what level you're at. I want you to be able to use the tools and the wisdom that I will share with you based on TCM, Ayurveda, and Western principles of nutrition and all the lifestyle tools that I have that will bring you to the next step of your health and well being. All right, back to you, Veronica.
Thank you so much, Teresa Siu. And we look forward to
So
your
cute. I
interesting
love the way you say my name.
All right. Now we are very happy to introduce Ujiwala to you. And Ujiwala is in India. She's a registered dietitian. She's a certified diabetic educator. She's the founder of Poshan Cure Through Diet. And her topic she's going to share on the 30th of June is 3 powerful sustainable diet mantras for mental health. Let's welcome Ujiwala.
Thank you, Veronica, for that impactful introduction. And here I am. So I will ask a question to all the audiences out here that think for a second that is that your food affecting your mood or your mood influencing your food choices? Are you still wondering about it? Are you still thinking that you are not in a good mood? You feel like having a chocolate or you feel like going for that happy meal because you feel like feeling happy. You want to feel happy and you want to go for that happy meal. Or is that happy meal is actually making you feel more grumpy and upset mentally as well as internally in your stomach? So here I am with my experience of the last 15 years. I actually completed last 15 years yesterday. My company did, and I have functioned and worked well in Singapore for 7 years. And after which I have been in India back the last 2 years. And it has been a beautiful experience when I share with professionals and homemakers such tools that has only come with experience. So these experiences are not just about diet. It's not just about the food. We talk about the food, your lifestyle, your eating habits, some minute observations that we get our clients to share with us when they share their meals with us on a daily basis, when they share their details about them, and we are able to catch hold of where the problem lies. Because frankly speaking, there are tons and tons of nutrition diets. Yeah, nutritious as you can ask for. There are tons and tons of them there. So there is everything out there. So as Teresa was mentioning, there is wisdom all over around us, on the internet, in the books, everything. And I'm sure each and every one of you would be also aware of what is right, what is wrong with respect to the diet, right? So, but are you still doing it rightly? Are you still having some questions in your mind that, okay, I'm doing all my best and still there is some issue with it? I'm not able to feel contented with my diet. You must have just looked at some diet plan yesterday or just today actually on the internet. You wanted to just absorb it into your daily routine, and you have been treating like this, like guinea pig all throughout these years. Does that really help? Not really. Okay, because this is something that I have picked up from my clients who come to me after maybe certain experiences of their friends, their own selves, when they have visited other professionals, when they have been put through some crash dietings and they were given some promises that, okay, you will achieve your health goal maybe in numbers or something that they wanted to achieve, but then and in the same practice they were losing their mind. You don't want to not sleep well or lose your happiness, your mental ability to stay happy when you are on a diet. In fact, your diet should be such that it slips into your daily routine, it becomes more sustainable, and it makes you feel contented and happy by the end of the day, instead of you struggling with it. Okay, so this is what my experience is all about. In the last 15 years, I have helped individuals who have been struggling through their food eating patterns and their health problems. And we really look into the complicated cases. Like, it's not just superficial overall good health, but somebody who's got type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, they have diabetes related kidney problems, heart problems, cancer, you name any kind of health complications, and we help you with a customized diet plan, which is after we get to know about the client in detail, and then we sort out their issues. And of course, you need to spend time with us, like say about at least 1 month, minimum to 3 months, to get your health sorted. So it's a balanced diet approach that we use, is a sustainable approach wherein your health is not at stake being with us. So join me on the date, and I will share with you some powerful tips and tricks that I have developed in the last 15 years of experience, and I can share with you, which is not to do just with the diet plan, but it is the techniques that we have developed, and we have worked with our clients and helped them pave through the good health, and really get them sorted without questioning what is the process. So do join me. I am looking forward to you all on the specific day. I think it's the 30th of June, and it's going to be an exciting session. I'm so looking forward to you all. Thank you so much, Veronica, for having me.
Thank you so much, Ujiwala, for introducing about your topic that's happening on the 30th of June. Now, next speaker we want to introduce to you will be Dawn Chien. Dawn Chien is an emotion specialist. She's a certified transformologist and founder of Reconnective Healing Singapore. Her topic she's going to share will be creating Zen in anxiety on the 3rd of July, Saturday. Let's welcome Dawn.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Varun, for the introduction, and thank you for having me. It's great to join like-minded people and, of course, coaches and specialists here on this summit. And I think you're looking at my background, and I think you can't really see that okay. So it's okay to do what's best for you. It's okay to be yourself, to make mistakes. And then there's one more. Yeah, it's okay not to be perfect. And these are just reminders for us that can keep us going to achieve Zen in anxiety. So on 3rd of July, I'll be sharing with you how our thoughts affect our health. So whether our thoughts come from our emotions or really the mental aspect, they do cause our health to be better or actually to get worse. And so because we know that our mind and our health are linked, I think you know that too. And I'll be sharing with you how each emotion actually has a different physiological impact on our body. Do you want to know that? Yes, like if anger happens, what actually happens within our body? I think generally you know that it impacts some of the organs, but which one especially it is, and how it actually affects your weight, your sleep, etc. And also I'll be asking you to really raise awareness on which emotion actually affects you most, because I'll be asking you and also helping you to find out that impact when you have a particular emotion that is really, really triggering you most of the time. Every day, because it's actually normal to feel emotions, but when they last more than 4 hours or up to 10 days, they're already deeply etched, especially into the unconscious mind. And then we will want to actually be working on those. And that's how I will be sharing with you tricks and also some tips on how to get over them on a daily basis. And of course, I do offer methods to individuals who really want to get rid of their negative emotions for good, because I do have the tools to do that. And I'm very blessed because of this work. I've been awarded multiple awards since 2018. And that's why I want to share this with you, because I personally went through anxiety. And that's why I'm able to share with you how to actually create Zen in anxiety. And over that session, I will also be sharing with you, why do we feel pain? You can be thinking that, oh, because, especially COVID times where we have to work from home, we sit a lot, and we actually cause the body not to be in proper posture, but actually there are deeper meanings behind the particular pain that we feel, whether it's in our back, whether it's in our knees. And sometimes you can actually be thinking that, hey, I've been actually resting well, but why do I feel back pain out of the blue? So wouldn't you want to know that? And especially if you have been seeing doctors, go through all the different scans, and the doctors will tell you, no, there's nothing wrong with you. So why do you feel the pain? Or why do you actually have certain ailments that you can't actually get over? And that's how I'll be sharing with you where different parts of pain actually related to which particular emotions in the body and in the thought. Yeah. And of course, nothing is really helpful if I don't really share with you how to actually overcome them. And therefore, I'll be sharing with you short exercises which you can actually use it in the corporate rooms, especially at board rooms. Now, of course, we have to do meetings online or work online. And then And I'll be sharing with you tips on actually how to just be staring at the screen and still be able to do the exercise to just calm yourself, center yourself, so that you can just be yourself, be comfortable, and just reconnect with yourself, and of course, to heal yourself. And I just want to say that when our heart heals, our brain will quiet down, because when the heart doesn't heal, the brain has all the chatters, and that's how the emotional health is affected, and that's how the mental health actually goes downhill. So once our heart heals, our brain will quiet down, and actually that's when our intuition sharpens on what's best for us. And what's best for us is not just for the food that we want to eat, for the work we want to do, but the most important thing is which direction you want to go in life, to not only help yourself, but eventually to help your loved ones and to help people around you. And so I thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you again really soon. Back to you, Veronica.
Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you. We look forward to some of all these tips that's going to help us to de-stress and have healthier mental and emotional health. Huh? Okay, we have our last speaker, Mira Nair, all the way from Netherlands. She's now in Netherlands. Huh? She's a flow and nirvana education expert, international presenter, and she's also an author of Heart to Hearts. She's going to present on the 5th of July on a Monday, the chemistry of bliss. Let's welcome Mira Nair.
Thank you, Veronica. You can hear me well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much for the opportunity once again. It's always a pleasure working with you on these platforms. And you're, Veronica, you're just awesome. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Mira. Thank you for staying on as I'm the last speaker here, last but not the least, right? So my topic is all about dealing with anxiety and fear in the state, to be in the state of bliss. So, or you can also call it the most empowering state of the mind that leads to peace. We all have enough of fear and anxiety already in our lives, isn't it? But now with all these, the new norms and the circuit breaker, and you hear a lot of news with COVID-19, the level has gone up a little bit, and how people deal with it is different for each person, right? So the level of intensity is different for different people, and I can say that all of you are very strong people, yes, but you would like to still upgrade yourself a little bit, right? By show of your hands, can you tell me how many of you really worry? I know that many of you worry, right? Worry or negative thinking is actually the fear. So, what is fear? Is the fear of the unknown we talk about. Unknown. We don't know what's happening. So the fear builds up. And as you all know, that you all are clever people, right? Definitely. And as you all know, that if things are not taken care at the right moment, it will lead to more stress, more anxiety, creating more mental and health issues. So, as much as fear is an outcome of what you put or what you feed into your mind, happiness is also an outcome of what you put into your mind, right? So, happiness actually doesn't come from external or materialistic things like, winning a lottery, getting $1 million, and, having the most expensive car or a house or having a Gucci bag. No, no, is that's not right. It's not from the external. That's what I'm saying. It's not out. It has to come from within. So in the early 90s, a new neuromodulator was discovered. So what's neuromodulator? In layman's word, let me explain to you. It's a kind of a transmitter that influences neurons in or the cell in the brains, and this is called anandamide. Okay, ananda in Sanskrit means bliss, and this chemical soon became to be known as blissful or bliss molecule. So just imagine having loads and loads of these molecules in your brain. How would you, how many of you would really like some peace in your life at the moment, right? And not to worry so much about the new norms and, the next announcement. Because what I say is, if you can control what is happening within yourself, I always say this, whatever happens outside yourself, it doesn't matter. How many of you really like to have a lot of anandamide in, like dynamite, right? The anandamide in yourself. Well, let me say this, it all starts with thoughts and your breathing, and embracing the unknown. We're talking about what we don't know. Instead of resisting and pushing it away, you know it's there, but how are you going to maneuver things around that and get some peace in your life, and get adapted to it? So my segment is on the 5th of July. I'll be sharing with you the formula on how to deal with fear of the unknown with the chemistry of bliss, with deep breathing, and with the theta wave technology. So this is not a science class, but it's going to be a fun class for sure. So looking forward to seeing you all on the 5th of July. That's my segment. All right. See you all.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much,
Veronica.
Mira. Thank you. So that is our last speaker, and we are so grateful that all the speakers are able to introduce each of their topic that's going to happen next Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday for 4 weeks. So all these speakers, they are all very expert in their own field. So learn all these tips that will be able to help you in your mental and emotional health. So thank you, everybody, and we look forward to see all of you again online on Monday. Thank you.